Everybody, Chrissy here from Paragon Ridge Ranch. Welcome back to our channel. Today's going to be a little bit of a different video. Instead of showing you my chickens or the processes that we go through or the things that we do on the property or talking to baby cow and whiskey, there's lots of like background stuff that I don't really ever grab the phone to show you. And I thought, why not? You know, if you want to see everything that goes on around here on our farm or on our hatchery, I might as well show you everything. So I did not record this, but this is my hatcher. This is where we put all the hatching eggs on day 18 so they could settle in, get warm, increase humidity, and hatch. So you put them in on day 18, they hatch by day 21. That's how it works. So this thing gets so disgustingly dirty. When babies hatch, their little fuzz dries and the fans in there are blowing and it's like a hair dryer, right? And they're blowing them and they're getting them all nice and fluffy. Well, that little baby fuzz flies everywhere. So every time I open this hatcher, whenever I take out baby chicks, I just get bombarded. Like my whole face has just baby fuzz everywhere, my nose. So what I do is I slowly undo all 3 latches and I slowly open it up about 2 inches and I stick the vacuum in there and I very slowly open it and I vacuum the bottom. And then I go up the sides, and then as I pull out every single baby tray with the eggs and the babies in them, I slowly vacuum it while I'm pulling it out. That's the only thing I could do to reduce the fuzz. I mean, it is insane. So if you can imagine, that's just on the parts from the babies. You can imagine what it looks like inside this hatcher. So I clean it every single week after I take the hatch out. I spray it down with Virkon S. I let it soak. I vacuum it first, and then I spray it down with Virkon S. I let it soak. I wipe it down, spray it down again, wipe it down, spray it. As you see, just go on and on until it's nice and clean. I cannot reach the back. The back is so hard to reach. I even got little tongs from the kitchen and put like a sponge or, you know, a folded up washcloth on it, and I soak it in the cleaner and I get all the way in the back and I stretch my arm out and I try to clean it. I always get my arms all cut up, my hands all cut up. Let me show you the inside. The railings, they just cut me up. So I have decided that I'm gonna power wash it. I'm gonna power wash it anytime it starts to get gunky and gross. Spray it down, get it all clean, get all the fuzz out. Then I could spray it with the disinfectant Virkon S, which I'll put that down the bottom. I use that for everything on the farm. It's what veterinarians use. I use it when I go between each pen. I spray the bottom of my feet. I spray my hands. Whenever we're cleaning any kind of food bowls, water bowls, things like that, I spray it and scrub it with that. But let's take a look at this because it's all nice and clean now. And I'm sorry I didn't bring you around to see me splash with eggshell and fuzz all over my face while I was cleaning earlier. All right. So as you can see here, it's got all these rails and you slide those trays in the rails and the trays have tops to them. Everything that comes out of the trays, which would be fuzz, eggshells, poo-poo, go to the bottom. So that's the bottom after power washing it out. It's stained. I'm going to get in there one more time and try to scrub it with the magic eraser, see if I can get that out. But you can see all these metal pieces. They are clean. This is just fuzz. Every time you power wash it, it just gets everything everywhere. So I'm going to wipe it out one more time by hand. But anyways, whenever I'm hatching, all the fuzz and shells, they get everywhere, all in here. As you can see, this is quite old. This machine I actually purchased from Matt Payne. He used it for his turkeys. So I do need to clean the inside of that. That is a whole other video. I have to actually undo that, all the electronics, and get that all cleaned up. But as you can see, because there's humidity in here to hatch the babies, the design is kind of different. All these little nuts and bolts are rusted, and those are for latches. They all get rusted. So then the baby fuzz gets here, it just goes everywhere. So, and then all along here gets baby fuzz in it. So I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. Nice and clean, definitely sterile because of the stuff that I use to clean it. I'm letting it sit out here in the sun and dry off. This is what the trays look like. I power washed them the best I could. You cannot get everything out. So these are power washed and sprayed with Virkon S, power washed and then sprayed again, and now they're sitting in the sun because, as you all know, the sun kills almost all bacteria. So why not let it have a little time in the sun? I cleaned it, I disinfected it, let it sit in the sun a little bit more. These are the tops. This is what goes on top of the trays. Look at all the eggshells. You can see that everywhere. So we're letting that sit out here in the sun as well. Now this tray here, this tray goes on the bottom. I'm gonna have to hand scrub this one out because this is just stuck on there. But I did power wash, see? I power washed it and put Virkon S all over it. So this goes in the bottom of the actual hatcher. This is where it would collect any kind of fuzz, egg, or poop. But sometimes I don't have this in there because the moisture in the hatcher gets all underneath and it stays wet inside there. And I don't like that. Ooh, still got a lot of water left in it. Just go ahead. Now this right here, power washing this actually worked pretty well. The fuzz goes in the water. This is the tray. It has a little float like a toilet bowl. This goes inside there. It comes out here and it attaches to a big container that slowly allows water into it. So the float lifts up or down and it allows water. Well, the water level you can see is always right about here. The water in there gets all the baby fuzz in it and it totally makes the whole top of the water all disgusting. So it gets on here. This is power wash, but again, I'm gonna have to go in here with magic eraser and then sterilize it down with Virkon S again. But just so you could see, there's lots of moving parts. There's lots of little nooks and crannies that get dirty. There's the hose. This goes here, and then you attach that up to the top, and that gives all the humidity, and it's adjustable. I adjust by how much I close off these holes. So see, I have this hole closed completely, and I have this hole just about maybe a little more than a quarter open. That gives me a perfect 60% humidity. Now 60% at hatch is a perfect humidity for me. Whenever I check it, which I check it often, honestly, like 10 times a day, I come out and I just look and I check the temperature. There's a little temperature gauge here. This is all the mechanics right here. Temperature, humidity, rotation, everything is right here in this command center. So when it stays at 60, I know that no eggs are hatching yet. It starts to spike up, and when I see it get to like 72, 73, 74, 75, then I know that we're hatching. Starting to hatch, that is. When it gets up to like 77, 78, I know all the eggs, multiple, are all hatching at the same time. Once they get dried off, that humidity level on the side, and I also keep a second one inside that I use. I use a little flashlight. I look through the window, a second hydrometer. Whenever that dips back down to like 65, I know that everybody's done hatching. I do look through this little window like this all the time. Hi, look at the eggs. I'm always staring at you. I'm always staring at those eggs. I'm always talking to them, even though they're not hatched, or if there's a baby in there, I'm always like, oh, hi, you're so cute. It never gets old, you guys. Hatching baby chicks never gets old. It's as cute and as exciting as the first day. It really is. Now, everything after that's not very exciting. You gotta feed them and water them and clean them and all that good stuff, but it is very fun to hatch eggs. Let me show you how I make up a half gallon of the Virkon S. I've almost used it all. I use this a lot. I make a new one about once a week, sometimes twice a week. I used it all, what was left for that. Just a few days ago, we cleaned all of our, see these are brooders, our little plexiglass brooders that we got from Tractor Supply a few years ago. Lots of controversy on that. They stopped carrying them and they stopped using them in their stores. My friend Morgan Gold actually did a big report on it, did lots of videos, and spoke with Tractor Supply about them to get them out of there because they just didn't work well the way that they made them. However, I've made them work well for me. So I still like the plexiglass. I just do something different with the heat plate. Let's mix up some new Virkon S. What's left in here is still good, but I have no use for it at the moment, so I'm going to actually clean this out. I'm going to dump it all out, and it's kind of yellow like Mountain Dew. That's the actual color that these tablets make the water, and it smells like an astringent. It smells like a mix of Windex and Lysol, but not a very strong smell, just a little bit of a smell. So I've got this at Tractor Supply. This is just a little half gallon. I used to use a 1 gallon, but I didn't use it fast enough, and then I'd have to waste it all. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fill it up with water right here. This is our little dog wash that I had built whenever we built the house. I don't know if I've ever really washed a dog in it, but I'll tell you what, I use it for all kinds of stuff. Cleaning out chicken waters, dog bowls, dog waters. We dyed Preston's hair, and we use this as the place where we rinsed it out. What else do we use it for? Just scrubbing things, like laundry, like if you need to scrub grass stains or mud off of baseball clothes, things like that. So I'm gonna fill this all the way up. So we filled up our half-gallon sprayer that we got from Tractor Supply, and this is Virkon S. This is what it looks like. Don't inhale this when you open it. They're tablets and they smell a little strong. Just don't inhale it, and don't have wet hands like I do right now because that could ruin all of them. But that is the tablets. So what I do is I generally just put 2. So what you do is 4 of these tablets per gallon. So this is half gallon, so I'm going to do 2 tablets, and I am just going to, so I'm going to take them and I am just going to drop them in there. That's it. Put the top back on this and put it back up here where it goes. And then this spray bottle top goes in, and you just twist it until it gets tight. And then the tablets are in there. I don't know if you can see them. I let them dissolve, and then the water turns Mountain Dew color. You build up pressure like that, and then you spray. I've already sprayed this twice and power washed it, but I just cannot get everything. Actually, the first time I filled it up so it could soak before I did those other things. So I'm just going to spray this, and then I'm going to go get a green pad so I can scrub all of that fuzzy, gross off of there. All right, I got that all done and rinsed out. This is as good as it's getting, you guys. We have rural water, and our rural water is horrible. In fact, they put too much chemicals in it to try to get rid of all the decaying leaves and grass and things wherever they get their water from. So they overdo it to get rid of all the stuff from the decayed leaves, and then it leaves us with unhealthy drinking water. So the water that we use to drink, make food, things like that, we use filtered only. The boys in Germany have a lot of bottled waters. I'm not into that. I like the Berkey. I like the stuff in the refrigerator that comes out of the filter in there. And that's fine. They're always on the go, so it's easier for them to grab a bottle of water. However, we do shower and bathe and brush our teeth with the nasty water. So it's one thing that when we moved here, I was so glad that I had that Berkey. All right, let's take this. And we're just going to go ahead and place it where it's going to go. Just get it in position. It could dry in there a little bit. Now I just got to try to magic erase that, and I think we'll be set. And then when we're through with all of this, it's hatcher day. So we are going to finish this up, and then I'm going to show you what I do when I remove the eggs from the GQF incubators. I have the 1502s. I have 3 of them in the house. If you're new to our channel, I'll show them to you here in just a minute. They're in our house so we can monitor the humidity and the temperatures. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this week's eggs out. We're going to candle them. We're going to place them in here. I'll show you how I do that. And then we're going to check the humidity, and we're going to check and make sure that they start hatching the next day or so. I gotta close just one latch is good.
Is something keeping it?
Okay, just lift. No, just lift it. All right, go ahead and plug it in.
Plugged in.
It's plugged in there too. Perfect. Now we just need to get it all set and on and ready to get some babies in here. Out. Let's see. Have to refill it. Refill it once we get it all hooked up. This is the secondary hydrometer that I use. It's really inexpensive. I want to say it's $7 or $8 on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. This one tells you within a 24-hour period. So this hasn't been on because it wasn't time to hatch. So the lowest that this has been in temperature-wise is 84, and the highest is 99 in the last 24 hours. Humidity-wise, 52% low, 60% high. Right now in the garage, it's 54% humidity. So tells you it's okay. I don't really pay attention to that. I pay attention to this, and I look at my actual GQF 1550, and I compare them and make sure that they are both very accurate. And that's the problem, you guys. Some customers don't pay attention when I suggest, some do, put a secondary hydrometer in there. There are so many really, really cheap incubators. They're on Temu, they're on TikTok. They're really cheap. And guess what? I've actually hatched in some of them. They've sent them to me and I did a test hatch, and some are really good and some really are not. But always have a secondary backup for your thermometer and for your hydrometer. This will help you understand what's going on, why you had a good hatch, why you had a bad hatch. And another huge tip, don't ever buy hatching eggs to use in your incubator the first time that are really expensive. Until you do 2, 3, 4, 5 hatches in it, just buy some local backyard mixed eggs. They're beautiful, wonderful hybrid birds. They're great. And then once you know how to use your incubator and you're very confident in it and you know how to make adjustments and how to use it correctly, make sure you have one of these. Then go ahead and purchase those really rare and specialty eggs that you've always wanted, but not until then. So when I am about to take out my hatching eggs, I take my trays and I stack them like so. This way I could put different hatching eggs of different breeds in different pens as I'm going through them. It makes the process easier, and I'll show you exactly what I do and how I do it just in a minute. Let's go ahead and add water to the reservoir. Turn on the hatcher, let it start getting warm, let it start making sure everything in there and all the components are dry for my power washing. I'll go get a pitcher and we'll start filling up. Just turn it on and get it started. Well, there it goes. Hear it? All right. I'm just going to go ahead and close this door just for now, and we'll get this filled up. You should slowly see the water reservoir filling up on the inside. Let's take a look here. See it dripping in? It's dripping in from this float. The hatcher's beeping because the temperature is too hot in there and the humidity is too hot, so I open the door. Still slowly filling. Plan B. When we plugged it in, it started saying that it was way too hot out in the garage, which has been an ongoing concern. So we are going to bring it in here and run an extension cord. We just went and we checked the circuit breaker to find out what part of the whole house has a different breaker, because these are on one, that's on one, and this will have to be on another one. They pull a lot of power, and our house is all connected in ways we never knew. The electricians did not do the best job.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
And this is temporary till we get our, figure out what we're gonna do for hatch room.
I know.
But right now we're gonna use the house.
Yep.
Parky.
Might as well. Perfect spot right here. Parky, help that down.
Let's slide this way. See if you can go behind. Yeah, I want to kind of. All right, perfect. All right, now let's slide this back a little bit.
All right, get that side, pick it up a little bit, and just line it up.
All right, there we go. It's gonna mess with our TV viewing now. Look at that.
Well,
that corner
it
right
looks
there.
like, but Jeremy, there's tons
We
of.
can go that way.
Yeah, Parker, you want to help that out?
Where it was.
Because I like to be able to go between them and check stuff. I like to be able to
Is that good?
walk between them. Yeah, that's good.
All right,
Thank
we'll
you.
do like that.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Parker. Hey, that was not nice. You hit your brother with it. I messed up this door. It's not sealing the way I let it flap in the wind, and I should have done that. Okay, I'm gonna leave this open since it's got water in it. See, it finally filled up. But look at that, it's 95 just from being out there with 81% humidity, and some of the water is already spilled down here. So, we'll leave this open. Well, we need to get it plugged in now, don't we?
Yeah, I gotta go get an extension cord.
All right. Bubba, you're gonna help Daddy next since your brother went in his room? You're a good helper.
this is ridiculous. We have to do this.
It is.
But because these don't, from the research I've done, they don't pull a whole lot of power, and we can. So I think I've talked about this before. The living room, they did all the resets on these walls on one breaker. So you plug 2 in. We got 2 on just the living room.
We have
right?
2 in the living room,
But we
1
tried
on
the
our
third one,
bedroom.
and it
But we
keeps
tried
going
all
down.
of these outlets, all of these over
Those
here.
are on their own breaker over there, but we don't want.
But we don't want to have a cord coming. So now we're going to have 2 cords coming, one from our bathroom, one from our room.
From our bedroom. So the bedroom ones, of course, they're all on the same one, which is fine. But we don't want to overload that. So now we've got one. We went and checked the breaker box, and we made sure that the bathroom's on its own resets. So it is. So we ran extension cord from the bathroom, got one coming from our bedroom behind the bed, and then we got 2 plugged in here. But we're not going to have to deal with this much longer. We got something up our sleeves.
Yeah.
Not 100% sure what it is yet, but
Something cooking.
something cooking. We want to make sure we do the right thing. Actually, so this needs to go to your cord on that. Where's the cord? Up right here. Run that over the back. Yeah. But, yeah, it'll all be good in the long run. There's that. So you
We're
got
gonna let
power.
it cool down because it was saying it's
Cool
too hot
down.
out there. So
Okay.
let it sit in here for maybe an hour, and then we could put the eggs in. I left this
Get
open
it
because
nice
the
and
water.
clean.
I
A
know.
little bit of water right here.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'll dry it up and it'll also evaporate, but it's because that was full.
okay.
But yeah, it was 95, and now it says inside temperature's 90.
No, you're
so.
good, because you're going to heat it back up to what?
Yeah,
What is it?
100.2.
100.2?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, he was leaving it open. Okay, good
Yeah.
deal. There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Please drive
Hatch us
through.
some eggs.
Doesn't look bad having 4 in here, actually. Does not look bad at all. Shouldn't be in the living room. You do what you gotta do. All right, we've had a little bit of changes with the hatcher. It is inside now, but it's still time for me to take these eggs out and to candle them. Now this next one is all Coronation Sussex. These are our rare breeds that you know I'm absolutely in love with. So we're checking the candling right now. I just kind of go quick. If I see that large air sac cell and then I see a little bit of red and fullness, that means that it's gonna hatch, it's ready to go. If you see it completely clear, or this one right here has passed away during its growth, we're going to keep going on. There's going to be another one. There it is right there. This one did not develop at all. So it just looks like a regular egg. That one as well. So not too bad as far as what we're candling versus I have not done any kind of control hatches on this breed this summer because I have enough coronations right now for myself. Indigo Gigante. This is our very first egg that developed. You can see it moving in there, right there. Come on, baby. I'm so excited. Oh, see him moving in there? He's like, what is all this light right now? You're gonna come out soon, little guy. I'm so excited. Yep. Very excited. Is that your little beak? We are going to separate these now into different trays. So we're going to do it by breed. So cream leg bar. I'll just go ahead and put all the cream leg bars here. Let's see. We could do Vorwerk here and Barnevelder here. This is a Faverol. This is the IG and the AM Samani right here. Got some more Barnevelders. We're going to put them all down here. These are all our custom cream leg bars. So these are blue, our Ermine Americanas. These are pretty rare. Everyone is really wanting those right now. Okay. My Vorwerks are these smaller light tan eggs. These are very rare. These are ones that are the red and the black. So we're going to put them in their own onion bag to keep them separate because I cannot get them confused. And this is the Indigo Gigante, and this is the Ansimani. So those are the ones that are the most valuable to me right now in today's hatch. So let's get some more onion bags. Let's see here. That was Vorwerk, my IG, and my Ansimani. I am going to be confident to put them right in here in my Carnations because the Carnations come out solid tennis ball yellow. So let's just put these. This one's going to come out solid black, and I have no idea what this one's going to come out, and I'm so excited. Then I put on the top covers. Cover, cover. Up, and it's heating up. It's almost ready to put the eggs in. Just like that. Put them in, close the door. Wait for that humidity to go up and until I hear some chirping. And then we will look for baby chicks. That right there is our very first Indigo Gigante egg. And as you see, it's trying to peck a hole. There's baby chicks. Back there's some more. I'm so excited. Cannot wait to see what this baby looks like. Our first Indigo Gigante fertile egg is about to hatch, and it would not have happened without 5 Acres Farm. I'm so excited. Another check-in. The Indigo Gigante is moving further along. I hope you can see this. It's in there pecking. Look at it, it's pecking. Trying to get out. A whole bunch of coronations have hatched in the last hour. There's one right there. That one's drying out a bit. Oh, I love the coronation Sussex. He's just trying. Two Vorwerks, Ansimani, some coronation. The Indio is still trying to get out.